In this video, we are going to work on our third requirement for our test assignment, and that is using the COUNTIFs and SUMIFs if we have multiple conditions. So here we can see number of microwave orders we need to extract for Boston. That means not only we need to count microwave first, but we also need to count it in Boston only. So that should be a COUNTIF situation equals to COUNTIF, COUNTIFs. Criteria range, that means our first criteria is microwave. Where it can be found? It is the original data, which should be criteria range. So that's items. Make sure whenever you select it from the name ranges, it should select in the background. You will see it here. Out of that, we want microwave. Make sure the spellings are correct. Comma, criteria range 2. That means our second criteria is the location or destination, and criteria range means a collection of cells within the original data. So original data is this one, and we have automatically named all the ranges using the create from selection option. So destination is our range, and out of that we need the count for Boston. Hit enter, and that is 2. Whenever you want to cross check, it's very simple to do. Just filter microwave from here and just filter Boston from here, and you should be able to see the count of that. Let's clear the filters now. And the next requirement is number of Peter White journeys with truck 1. That means this Peter White is the driver name, and we want to find out how many journeys on truck 1 is done. So again, that's a multiple criteria COUNTIFs will be used. In criteria range 1, we will select the driver's name field. Driver's name range is all selected. Out of that, we need for Peter White. Again, since we are writing the spellings manually, make sure it is correct. Otherwise, you won't be able to see the results. Next criteria is the trucks, and where the trucks can be found in the criteria range 2, which is transport. So out of this transport range, we want for truck 1 and hit enter. Again, it's 2. Now the third requirement is a bit different, and it says we need to extract the number of orders in Boston after 3rd of February. So this is a multi-criteria. I'll use COUNTIFs. Criteria range is the original range of the data for our first criteria, which is Boston. So Boston can be found in destinations, out of which we will choose Boston, comma. Let's select the criteria range 2, which is dates. So if we scroll back, we can see the dates here. Use the date field or range, and out of which criteria is after. So after means greater than what? 3rd of February, and inverted commas close. Let's hit enter, and again we got the answer. Next requirement is of the date range. We have to count the number of orders between 3rd of February to 6th of February. Again, it's very simple. COUNTIFs. Criteria range 1 is dates. Out of those dates, the criteria is greater than or equal to 3rd of Feb, inverted commas close, and the criteria range 2 is again date. Out of that, we need less than or equal to 6th Feb, inverted commas close, and hit enter. We have added an additional inverted commas here. Let's exclude that. All of this criteria should be under 1 inverted commas open and close. Hit enter, and the count should be 14. So that's also done. Then again, in the next requirement, we have the SUMIFs criteria. That means we have a double criteria. We need to find the sum of the microwaves sold or transported to New York. Sum range is sales total. Make sure you select the right field, and whenever you select the field, make sure it is selected in the background. Criteria range 1 is the products. Out of those products, we need microwave. Here we will not write microwaves because the original name in the data is named as microwave. Inverted commas close. Criteria range 2, we will select destination. Out of those destination, we need it for the New York or NY. However it is mentioned in the destination, we will mention it in the same way like the original data. Hit enter, and we see an error. Let's resolve this. First is sales total, then is criteria range 1. Okay, criteria range 1 is items, not the products. item. Make sure it is selected in the background. All done, hit enter, and you should see 6250. So if we need to cross check whether we do have 6250 as the total, let's just check this. We have microwaves transported to New York to NY, and that's it. This is the total. All good. Clear the filter for both fields, but let's say that we have applied multiple filters and we want to clear them all together. How will we do it? Let's go to the Home tab, click on Sort and Filter and clear it from here. Let's continue to the next one, which have sum of items transported to Pittsburgh by truck 1. It's again SUMIFs. Sum range is sales total. Make sure the field is selected or range is selected in the background. Criteria range 1 is transported to Pittsburgh. So that's destination. Out of those destination, we want it to be Pittsburgh. What we can do is, if you have some spelling confusions, I'll just copy it from here, paste it here. So you can separate it if you want to, and then select the criteria from there. Out of the destinations, I want it for criteria 1. Criteria 1 is right below this field, but since we have opened the formula, but we need to fix that. Function key and F4. Criteria range 2 is transport field or transport range, and out of that we need it for truck 1 and hit enter. So that should be 30,000. Let's cross check. Filter Pittsburgh, then we have truck 1. So if we select all of this, the sum comes to 30,000 in the background at the bottom. Now just remember that we have extracted all of these records based on the sales total. We have considered that we need the sum of microwave sales transported to New York, sum of items transported to Pittsburgh. So we need to calculate a total sales. If you want to sum the items, the sum range will only be changed to number of items, and then you can get that result. Let me just show you. If you want, let's say, sum of microwave in units transported to New York. So in that case, sum range will be number of items, comma, criteria range 1 is the items. Out of that, we need the total for microwave, and the criteria range 2 will be destination, out of which we need the total of NY. So this is 25, and that's your requirement. What we need to do is we need to mark it as sales total and units total. I've already shown you how we can extract the sales total of each. What you need to do is, in all the sum ranges, you need to calculate the total for number of items, units total. So just extract it here and extract it here. All right, let's continue with our example. And the next one is sum of items ordered between 2nd of March till 2nd of June. So again, we are finding the total for sales. SUMIFs, sum range will be sales total. And from that sales total, our first criteria is dates. So we'll select the date range. Out of that, we need to find out what's greater than or equals to 2nd of March, inverted commas close, comma, criteria range 2 is again date. Out of that, we need less than or equals to 2nd of June 2025, inverted commas close, hit enter. Okay, we have this data until February only. So let's adjust it for February. We want it to be 2nd of February till, let's say, 6th of February. 2nd of February till, I'll make it 6th of February, hit enter. And this is the total, save it. Now we also have the requirement of sum of items that you need to calculate. As you can see, sum of the items transported, sum of the items transported. I've already calculated the sales, and you need to calculate the units total. Similarly, the last requirement is sum of items transported to New York, Baltimore, and Philadelphia. So we need to combine all of these sums for these three regions. Now just remember that here SUMIFs will not be used because there's no multi-criteria. We need to sum for all of them. That means we will apply a simple SUMIF, but we will add a plus to it and then again use the SUMIFs. Let me show you how. First of all, I'll use SUMIF. What I have done is I have placed all the criterias here You can just copy the complete range, paste it here and remove duplicates, or otherwise we can select it from here as well. So equals to SUMIF. First of all, range is destination. The criteria is first of all New York, so we can select it from here, but we need to fix it. And sum range is number of items, since we want the total for number of items transported. Bracket close. Here is the answer. After that, we will go to the end plus SUMIF. Again, the range is destination. Out of the range, our second criteria is Baltimore. We will select this function key and F4 to fix, and sum range is number of items. Close and plus again SUMIF. Range is destination. Out of that, we need it for Philadelphia. Again, it's a difficult name, so we will choose it from the range. And the sum range is number of items total. Hit enter, and we should be able to see the total like this. Make sure it is right. So what we can do is we will filter all of these locations, New York, Baltimore, and Philadelphia. Select all of them. And if we select the number of items, we should be able to see the total right at the bottom, and sum is 386. Let me just clear it again, and we have the exact total showing right here. So what you need to do now is just find the sales total here and the units total for all of these and the units total for all of these as well. So what this will do is it will give you a good grip on applying the formulas. So just try this by yourself, and I will see you in the next one.